Evelyn Morrow sat hunched over her cluttered desk in the dimly lit laboratory, her eyes reflecting the faint glow of a computer screen filled with complex algorithms. She pushed her glasses up her nose and typed furiously. Each keystroke was a step closer to completing the Genesis equation, a formula theorized to have the power to manipulate the building blocks of life itself. Days turned into weeks, and Evelyn's life became a blur of numbers, variables, and theoretical constants. She barely noticed the seasons changing outside the small, grimy window of her lab. Her colleagues had long abandoned the project, dismissing it as a fruitless pursuit, but Evelyn was relentless. She had a vision that kept her going, a world where diseases could be cured at the molecular level, where food could be produced in abundance without harming the planet. Her ambition was not without its costs. Phone calls from concerned family members went unanswered, and friendships faded into the background. One stormy night, as lightning illuminated the sky, Evelyn felt a breakthrough nearing. Her fingers danced over the keyboard while half-eaten takeout boxes piled up around her. Suddenly, a message popped up on her screen, "Solution near completion." Her heart raced. She felt she could almost touch the future she had striven for so long. At that moment, the lab door creaked open, and Dr. Timothy Wright entered. Timothy was a former colleague who had left the project years ago. "You're still at it, I see," he remarked, his voice tinged with concern. Evelyn barely looked up. "I'm so close, Tim. Just a little more, and we'll have it." He stepped closer, peering over her shoulder at the screen. "Evelyn, you need to rest. You're driving yourself into the ground." "I can't stop now," she insisted, her eyes wide with a fervor that bordered on obsession. "Imagine what this could mean for humanity." Timothy sighed but didn't push any further. He knew there was no stopping Evelyn when she was like this. Several more hours passed, and Evelyn's eyes began to water from the strain. As dawn approached, she noticed an anomaly in her calculations. Her breath caught in her throat. "No, this can't be right," she muttered to herself. Timothy, who had been dozing in a nearby chair, woke to the sound of her frantic typing. "What's wrong?" he asked, walking over. Evelyn shook her head, her face pale. "There's a flaw in the equation. It's unstable. If we proceed, it could cause more harm than good." Timothy placed a reassuring hand on her shoulder. "We'll figure it out, together." Evelyn stared at the screen for a long moment, then nodded. "Yes, together." With renewed determination, they began to rework the Genesis equation, knowing that while the path to discovery was fraught with challenges, the potential rewards were worth every sacrifice.